amazing sight. I love my city. I love my hometown. What's going on, everybody? Murchie Bautista here, and welcome back to the channel Charging the Road. I'm charging her up to like 90% because we're going to be on our way now from Chicago to Toronto. Yes, that is right. We're going to be crossing the border onto Canada, and we're going to enjoy ourselves in Toronto because I did used to live in Toronto for about 5 years. So this is my first visit in 3 years since the pandemic started, pretty much. And I'm super excited about it. But I'm also very curious of how the charging infrastructure is like over there. I've already checked out the PlugShare app and everything. And they have Electrify Canada, and they also have different chargers. But you'll be interested to know how some of the pricing structure works out there too, in Canadian dollars. Last I checked, as of this recording, the exchange rate is 77 cents US dollar to the Canadian dollar, which means it'll be cheaper for me. But of course, there's the fees of international fees and everything. We're at 83%. And she's looking great. She's looking fantastic. We are actually in an Electrify America station, one of the newly installed stations here in the city of Chicago. Coincidentally, really close by to my parents' house, which is not too far away. Very convenient for me, actually. There isn't a lot of Electrify America stations in the city of Chicago. And as far as I know, there's no future stations being projected to be built as of yet, as of this recording. And was also convenient too. We're at a Target. I already wanted to go use the bathroom and grab a couple things. And the I-55 is actually right over there. I'm going to be going around this way to enter the I-55, head towards east, towards Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Well, towards Detroit, cross the Ambassador Bridge, and then on to Windsor, Ontario, and then on to Toronto, Ontario. Total trip time, driving wise, is like about 8 hours. Charging times will be about at another 60 minutes, around 60 minutes total. But I think once I reach about 80, close to 90% here, we're going to be on our way. All right, folks, we're close to 89%. 224 miles into the range so far. Fast charging 100% in 1103, which is about at least half hour from here, but we're not going to do 100%. What I want to do now, we're going to go to the same way we've done our road trips before. We're going to input our destination in the Ford navigation sync, because that way it'll tell us where we need to stop for charging stations. I never done a road trip towards Toronto in an electric vehicle, so this will be my first time, although not my first time overall making a trip to Toronto. So we're gonna enter, let's see what we can get. Toronto, Ontario, 439 miles from here. And what do we get? Oh, okay. Let's see. I want to go to the normal direction I want to go to the direction I normally go to, the one I'm more used to. This is going to divert up here, which I really think I shouldn't do. I want to go to the Ambassador Bridge going to Detroit. So let's see if that gives us the option. Yep, that's the one. 519 miles total. Weather upon arrival 72 degrees Fahrenheit at 11:37 p.m. That makes sense. We'll see how much the total will be with the charging destinations, because I think, yeah, it might be a little late.
Obey traffic laws. Be alert and use voice commands while driving.
Oof.
Please drive to highlighted route.
Well, it says we're going to be there pretty late. Interesting. Why would it be late? There we go. 9:40 p.m. Okay. 9:40 p.m. That's a lot better. Like, wait a second. That's not calculating correctly. All right. So let's check out the charging station here first. It looks like we're going to be heading, that was like Kalamazoo, Michigan. So let's go back here. Let's go down here. And let's go to trip overview. The trip overview will give us the charging detail information. 3 chargers along the way. Okay, details. First one, Electrify America Sam's Club. That looks like Kalamazoo, Michigan. Second will be EVgo Renaissance Center. Okay. I want to replace this. I don't want to do EVgo. I want to replace it with this is the one I wanted to go to. Electrify America. We're going to select that in the meantime. So once I get it to the next charging station at, let's see, at the first Electrify America Sam's Club in, it looks like Kalamazoo, Michigan. We're going to go ahead, I'm just going to go ahead and observe the route again. Because sometimes, like, some of these routes doesn't exactly make sense. Although I could stop at EVgo, but EVgo is a little more expensive. And I'd rather stick with Electrify America. Now, once we get to Canada, that's a different story. Again, I did look into the kind of charging stations they have along the route. So I think I know exactly where I'm going to stop. And they have en route service centers. So basically it's like a pretty fancy, to me it's like a pretty fancy red stop. You'll guys know once we get there. All right, so it looks like we're gonna be ready to go. Make our way over to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Let's go. Okay, so I've already started the charging session a while ago. We're at 76% state of charge. We started at 36% state of charge. We've been here for 22 minutes. The kilowatts has been doing pretty good. But yeah, it's been doing fantastic. I just had a great conversation with this lovely family going across the country. They're heading towards coincidentally, they're heading towards Chicago. It's great to run into people who are going across the country in an electric vehicle, and sharing some stories, sharing some knowledge. Bring warmth to my heart, I guess. No, it does actually, it does. All right, so I'm out here charging my vehicle right now, and these lovely folks were reminding the Mach-E, and they're actually on a road trip themselves too, and they're heading towards Chicago. So how do you guys like the Mach-E?
Oh, I'm a hardcore Mustang fan. With this electric vehicle, I'm more impressed with how Mustang Mach-E is. I'm very impressed the amount of comfort what you get in this vehicle.
I love it. Yeah, I love the Mach-E myself too. How's your overall experience as driving an electric vehicle across the country?
Oh, I did recently finish my Canada trip. It was awesome. Never had any issues. Plenty of charging. Charging was fast enough. We almost covered 1,300 miles. We did go to Montreal from Detroit, Michigan.
And if there's one problem you may be facing as an electric vehicle user, what would that be?
More extended battery. I already have an extended battery. I wish we get 500 miles. I'm sure Ford is working on that. Very soon we will see a lot of battery technologies getting changed.
And I guess my last question would be, what would be like your one wish for improvements for electrification in vehicles?
I would say more charging network. Now for example, I have to come almost like 2 miles away for charging. I wish we had a lot of charging station right in the exit to the freeway and those kind of things.
Awesome. I completely agree. And hopefully in a year's time hopefully we'll see like double the amount of charging stations that we have currently right now. So that'd be great. Well, I really appreciate your time, and thank you so much for sharing your story. And good luck with the Mach-E. I'm happy for the both of you.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. It's quite hot out here in Michigan, and I think it's Kalamazoo, Michigan. So far, the trip has been great. My charging session has been fine, but I will say they've had an issue with this charging station. They were getting very little kilowatts. They said about 7 or 8 kilowatts, but it will start. What? Here we go. What is this? What is this? But you know, they were asking me, you know, if I ever experienced any charging issues, and I said, yeah, of course. Some stations are good, some stations are not good. It's just the overall reliability issue, and I know Electrify America are working on it. And of course, I've always recommended Electrify America because those are the stations that charge us the fastest, and they're along the major highways in the United States. And I think even Canada too. Well, Canada might be a bit of a different story, but we're gonna be experiencing that. Anyways, once we hit 80%, then we're gonna be on our way. All right, we're just about to hit 80%, 196 miles, 196 plus miles. And so let's go ahead and just check, make sure that we are good to go. Let's look at the trip overview. The next charging session will be Electrify America Roundtree Place. We're gonna be, it's gonna be about an hour and 41 minutes from there. 45 minutes from 36% to 78%. Why would it be 45 minutes? Shouldn't be 45 minutes. And then the next one would be what? Ivy's McDonald's. Okay, so here, this will be different because I believe we're going to be doing the en route rest stop charging station. I actually want to check that out. So we'll play it by ear. We'll see how things are going. But estimated arrival to Toronto, Ontario, Canada will be 10:01 p.m. Yeah, I pretty much stayed here for longer than I expected, but we're at 80%. And then let's go ahead. We'll be on our way. All right, folks, we have arrived to another Electrify America charging station. It's gonna ask us to charge the vehicle to 74%. I'll probably take it to like up to 30, at max 30 minutes. So we'll see how it performs. You see that right over there? This is not my first time looking, this is not my first time seeing a Rivian in person, but that is the first time I'm seeing a Rivian in that color, and it's amazing. I've already pre-activated the station. Much better to reach. I'm sure I hear it click. There we go. There's the click. There's the locking the mechanism. So connecting the vehicle, initializing charging. I'm hearing some stuff. I think we're going to be okay. That Rivian in that color, I think that's my favorite. I've seen it in white. I've seen it in black. I've seen it in the dark, like a forest green. I think that's my favorite color on the Rivian. The Rivian is like an eye candy. I really, really love it. And it is also my Mach-E first edition in grabber blue. Still my favorite color. I still get asked about the vehicle. Everybody agrees this is probably the best color for the Mach-E. All right, 31 cents per kilowatt. They continue. Electrify America, thank us for choosing Electrify America. All right, those kilowatts are ramping up, 22, 25, 29, 32, 36, 38, and so forth. So we're starting at 40% state of charge. There's a reason for that. This is probably going to be the last Electrify America station I'm going to reach to until I reach to the border. Now, I think it's telling me I need to go to, I forgot what station it was, but it's not in the Ontario route, and I want to be able to reach all the way to the Ontario route. They have charging stations, dual charging stations for both CCS and Tesla / Chatamo. From the pictures I saw on the plug share, it's pretty quite interesting. So I'm really interested to see how it's like. All right, so it's looking really good. Look at that, 153 kilowatts. You don't get that high up anymore these days, especially after the new charging curve. That's amazing. Oh, that's why, because we're using a 250 kilowatt station. So here's the thing, guys. Remember how I talk about that? The charging infrastructure needs work, especially with the CCS charging infrastructure needs some work. And then the reliability with Electrify America. Well, all these stations are working except this station right here. Again, not a big deal. It's just one station down, but I did pull into this spot, and then not knowing that the charging station was down. And that one is also 350 kilowatts. I really hate taking up another 350 kilowatt station, but you know, if an Ioniq 5 or EV6 come around, then maybe I'll go ahead and switch. But yeah, that's what happens if you plug into the 350 kilowatt. You actually get up to 150 kilowatts, but then it starts to go down, as you can see right here, 135, 132. So again, not a big deal, but we should be good. All right, I'm gonna be charging here up to like 74, 75%. Really the max time I'm gonna be charging here will be 30 minutes. And there goes the gorgeous Rivian in yellow, canary yellow. I'm sorry, I love that color. I really love that color. All right, maybe I should. God, I smell that chicken sandwich. Man, I smell that chicken sandwich. Oh, that fried chicken. Oh, I just had a protein shake too. I don't know, I'll figure it out, we'll see. So I decided to go to Chicken Shack. I have my lunch right here and I was about to eat it, but when I got back to my car, we're already at 80%. So we should be heading out very soon. So Porsche Taycan has pulled in, and then the new BMW is pulled in. And then there is a Tesla on the other side. They're trying to charge up. They're trying to find the adapter. I would help, but last time I tried to offer help to some people, they were being rude. So like, unfortunately, like for my mentality, if they need help, they'll probably come ask for it. I want to be helpful, but most people just don't want the help. I don't know. It is what it is. But anyways, we're at 80%. Now, before I unplug the charger, what I wanted to do is check the next charging stations. We're going to go to trip overview and details. And okay, it says IV McDonald's. There we go. I see. IV McDonald's. What I wanted to do is replace this because this is not part of the Ontario route charging stations. I actually want to check those out. So I just did a recalculation, and this is the en route I wanted to go. This is the one closer than the Woodstock one. So this is 126 miles to get to IV station en route Dunton. Hey, you know what? At least it's actually calculating charging stations outside of the United States. So that was the one thing I was curious about. Very good on Ford's part, which is phenomenal, fantastic. All right, so we're at 82%. Let's go ahead and disconnect here. We're gonna hit stop. We are ready to go. Now the vehicle's telling me drive to the highlighter route. Okay, an ID4 is pulling in right now. This session was $12.49. Took us 27 minutes to get 38 kilowatts. Member savings 483. We good. All right, so now we're gonna head towards the border now. Chicken sandwich, maybe I'll eat a little bit as I'm going if it's not too crazy or too wonky. Charge door ajar. I'm an idiot. There we go. Next up, guys, Detroit and on to the Canadian border. Let's go. First and foremost, the boot cruise works out here. That's amazing. And right now my my odometer is set to kilometers. I wish it actually switched it over automatically once they realized that you're in Canada, but it didn't. So I had to go switch it up manually. Not a problem. It'll be cool if it switched it automatically for you. Anyways, so I was able to cross the border. I totally forgot I totally forgot about this. I didn't even realize this or even think about this. But you know, we're still, as of this recording, we're still under a pandemic. You know, this is 2022. I believe the worst of the pandemic may be over, but the one thing I totally forgot about was the whole immigration vaccination thing. Yes, I am fully vaccinated. I didn't have my CDC card with me, but I took a photo of it. Luckily, I did have a photo of it and I had it saved. But the other thing too, what I forgot to do, I didn't realize this is a thing now. There was an app I actually had to download and fill out my traveler's visiting information. I did that, filled that out along with my COVID vaccination information. Yeah, and in about 20-30 minutes, I was already on my way. You know, they went through the immigration, they searched my car. You know, it is what it is. It's totally fine. I totally forgot because like I got so used of crossing into Canada without having to search my car. Because if you guys don't know, I used to live in Canada for about 5 years on a work permit. So this is honestly my first visit to Canada ever since I migrated back to California to the United States. It's always scary for me. I always have a lot of anxiety, so that was a bit scary for me. But I knew if I just keep myself cool and calm, do as they tell you, you'll be on your way. And look at that, I'm already on my way. So without further ado, guys, we're on our way to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So again, that kind of set us back roughly about 30 minutes. And so what I'm going to do next, we got 125 kilometers to the charging station. And then from there, we should be able to go to my hotel near Toronto Pearson International Airport. I've already inputted that data, that address, and we're good. After that, I'm gonna check into my hotel, drop up some of my stuff, and be on my way to my favorite bar in Toronto. And I'm gonna go meet up with a friend of mine. Woohoo! Can't wait! Okay, folks, we have arrived to my first Canadian charging station. We are in Dunwich, or Dutton? Yeah, Dutton. We're basically at a Ontario route rest stop. Pretty fancy here, but these are the new charging installations here. So again, my first time using these guys. So I'm hoping I can just pay just with my card. Let's see here. Okay, I want to talk about this as part of the charging infrastructure because there's no way you can actually purchase using just your debit card. You actually had to sign up for an app. So it says Greenlots, but it's actually you had to sign up with the IV charging network. I went and go ahead and do that. It took me about 5 minutes, but I mean, that's going to be part of my video when it comes to like the first charging infrastructure. That sunset is looking very beautiful. I love sunsets out of Ontario. So gorgeous, really, really gorgeous. All right, initializing. Connected, I'm hearing things clicking. All right, there we go. Active power, 21 kilowatts, 28, 36. I heard this goes up to 150 kilowatts. 23, 31, come on, let's go. Higher, higher, higher. Don't tell me this is gonna be slow. Holy crap. Is it limited to 50 kilowatts? No. There's no way it's limited to 50 kilowatts or hence 40 kilowatts. What? All right, well, I'll stick around for like about, I don't know, 20 minutes because from my understanding based on the PlugShare app, this is supposed to get up to 150 kilowatts, but I think it's just limited to 50. And of course, with the amps, with only 350 or 300 amps with the Mach-E, I'm only getting about 40 kilowatts. So a couple frustrations here. One, I had to sign up, I had to download an app, sign up, put in my credit card information. Luckily, they did accept my US debit card. Thank goodness. Otherwise, I would have been stranded. But I still have about, I don't know, 30% state of charge, I think, to start off. I could have gone to like another station, another different station and whatnot. I expected higher than this. I'm gonna have to like give my comments on the PlugShare app, just let everybody know, hey listen, I'm not getting 150 kilowatts or even remotely above 100 to start, which I think is quite ridiculous. So yeah, my first experience, not the greatest. Oh, also, the pricing on this thing is 18 Canadian dollars per hour. So it's a fixed price. So no matter how much you're charging, you're paying $18 for the first hour. At least for these machines. I know other machines is going to be billed differently, but this one in particular, $18 Canadian dollars an hour. I'm going to stick around. Actually, I need to eat. I'm going to stick around for about 20 minutes, and then I'm going to find the next charging station. Maybe I can find the Electrify Canada station that we can charge. Their billing is a little different too as well. They actually bill lower between 1 and 90 kilowatts, and it bills higher if you go above 90 kilowatts, which I thought was pretty interesting. Regardless though, it's still cheaper than purchasing for gas. There's a gas station right there. Anyways, I'm gonna eat, stick around here for about 15-20 minutes, and then move on to the next charging station. I gotta hurry too, because I got a friend that is expecting me at my favorite bar. All right, so I'm right here. It's been 20 minutes, charging 20 minutes, 41 kilowatts throughout the entire time. 30% to 46%. For me, that's unacceptable. Anyways, I know it's only been 20 minutes and I've only been using a third of that fixed balance, but I'd much rather be on my way, go to another station that is faster. There we go. All right. Charging stop, charging 20 minutes, energy delivered 14 kilowatts. Thank you. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna keep on driving. Maybe the car will, let's see what the car says now. I'm gonna re-input my hotel address, recents, and there we go. All right, now let's see. Yeah, we're gonna take this way because it's actually north of Ontario, right by Toronto Pearson Airport. So that way we're gonna be going. EV chargers are being added up.
Please drive to highlighted route.
So we got one charger. 15 minutes, 25 to 45, and the next en route Woodstock. You know what? Screw it. We'll do that. I'm gonna see if there's anything else right now. Anything else, anywhere else that is like faster that we can go to. There's Flow. I think the flows are not that bad. Petro Canada. Oh, you know what? Petro Canada is actually not bad, and I'm able to use my debit card. Let me look at Petro Canada. Yeah, we'll do Petro Canada. We'll do that instead. We'll do Petro Canada. I hear Petro Canada stations are actually not bad. So we're gonna go there. They are fast. They are DC fast chargers. Faster than these right here, unfortunately.
Please drive to highlighted route.
So yeah, there we go. All right, so my estimated arrival time would be 10:26. Man, I wish I would have left an hour earlier, but then of course I had to spend about 20 minutes in immigration because I'm an idiot and I forgot to fill out my COVID card information for travelers. Anyways, life lesson learned. All good to go, and let's go to the next charging station. All right, we have made it to Petro Canada. This is apparently their charging station. Let's just hope, well, it says CCS up to 350 kilowatts. So let's cross our fingers that that's the case. And look at that. You can pay by tap. I love it. I'm loving the station already. Let's just see how much it actually costs to charge. Pricing, there we go. Pricing, charging price, 33 cents per minute. Pre-authorization amount $25, maximum charging time 75 minutes. Of course, it says 1 hour. We're not going to be here for an hour. Honestly, for like 30-40 minutes, we should be good to go. That's good pricing. I like the pricing here, 33 cents per minute. That's not bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this all set up. So this has a CCS and a CHAdeMO, and there's another station there too, same thing. There's an old school ionic charging right there. All right, so let's go ahead and just plug this in now. Hopefully this thing can reach. Oh yeah, it will. It's just a little awkward. All right, that should be okay. Hopefully it doesn't strain so much right there. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get my debit card. We're gonna go ahead and tap. You guys are not gonna see my number. Please retry. We're gonna skip that. Authorizing, authorized. Hey, at least my US debit card does work. There we go, we got clicks. Fantastic, it's working. Initializing, looking good so far. What do we got? What's our juice? Charging failed, what? Oh, great. Reconnect to start a new charging station. If this fails again, I'm gonna give them a call for customer service. Let's see what happens. Wow, that sucks. All right, so I moved over to this station right here, and unfortunately, the CCS is actually offline. Sorry, my fingers are in the way. It's actually offline. So yeah, this is getting a bit frustrating. Now I know how Kyle Connor feels when he did that road trip from Colorado to Los Angeles on the Mach-E. Quite frustrating. I have 31% left in the battery. I'm sure I can find another charging station along the way. I'm gonna be a bit conservative with the with the speed, but I think I'll have enough to get to another station. So we have arrived to another en route along the highway. I forgot which highway it is. So there is another Petro-Canada station that I could try, but I just have a gut feeling it's just not gonna work. So I'm back to IV. Yes, 18 Canadian dollars just to start the session for the hour. Now, here's the thing. Theoretically, this machine is supposed to output 150 kilowatts. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they had to dial back the power. Who knows? But there is. So here's the situation. So that's the only one working for the fast charger. That one is non-operational. And these two guys are just 50 kilowatts for CHAdeMO and 50 kilowatts for DC CCS. So those are supposed to be the 50s. These two are supposed to be 150. But I'm only getting 39 kilowatts, probably at max 41. Now I did check the PlugShare app. Everybody's reporting that it's only pulling in no more than 50 kilowatts. I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure if they had to dial back the power or there's like some sort of issue. I have no idea. But for me, I have no choice but to stick around here and get as much juice as I can, especially since I'm paying $18 Canadian dollars for the hour. So I might as well take advantage of it. And since I'm kind of running out of time to meet up with my friend, I'm gonna have to skip the hotel check-in. I'm gonna go straight to visit my friend, and then right after visiting my friend, I can check into my hotel. I just double check and make sure I can be able to check in past midnight. They said I can check in as late as 6 a.m. So should be all right. Should be squared away. I'm gonna see how much juice I'm gonna need to get to my friend, and then also get to my hotel, and then we'll take it from there. It's nice and chilly out here, by the way. All right, so I'm just finished getting my hot coffee in a very big line at Tim Hortons. Grabbed myself black coffee, 1 cream with sugar. Well, let's go check out this session and see what's going on here. Oh, that's good. So those folks that were parked next to me. So it turns out one of them is actually the operation manager to the IV stations. Yeah, he was asking me like, if I use another IV station that was only pulling low kilowatts, like no more than 50 kilowatts, and I said yeah. So it turns out it is a problem, just as I suspected. Yeah, we talked about a little bit about my charging experience, that this has been my only second time using the IV stations, and only pulling 50 kilowatts. But yeah, he said they're supposed to be pulling up to 150 kilowatts. So I'm gonna stick around here for as long as I can to try to reach to Toronto to visit my friend, and maybe I'll find another station that I can pull into for about 10-15 minutes, another 150 kilowatt stations. On my way to Toronto, there isn't much at all as far as like DC fast chargers that is faster than 50 kilowatts. So there is Electrify Canada, but there isn't that much locations within Toronto. In fact, within Metro Toronto, there isn't a lot. Just the surrounding suburbs, there's a couple here and there. But I haven't been back to that neighborhood where I'm gonna go meet my friend in 3 years since I last migrated out of Canada. And I know the neighborhood itself has changed quite a bit since I was there. I remember there was a construction of a new office building right next to the bar, and it turns out, I was checking out PlugShare app, and it turns out there is a parking garage next to it with 11 level 2 charging stations provided by Flow, FLO, Flow charging stations. I have the app. I have the American app. I'm not sure if it'll work with the Canadian stations, but we'll see. From what I heard, you have to have the app. You can't use your debit card, which sucks, but I could be wrong. It's probably just like charge points. But I have enough to get there. I wouldn't have enough to get back to the hotel. But if I leave my car there, charge her up while I'm meet up with my friend, I think that's great. Cause like it's 11. The arrival time will be allowed at 11:36. So I'm running about 2 hours behind because these charging sessions have been bonkers. We're still pulling only 41 kilowatts. You can't see it, but we're still pulling 41 kilowatts. So I think, and I'm at 53% right now. 53% at 202 kilometers. Fast charging 10:22 p.m. and it's 9:42. Yeah, I'm not gonna stick around for another 40 minutes. I really have to get going. Let's go ahead and unplug the session. We have enough to get to Toronto. By the way, I found out that it's not $18 an hour. What I found out is it's $18 pre-authorized charge, and then they bill you based the amount of time that you've charged. So it's 38 minutes, so they'll charge me 38 minutes within the $18 an hour. And again, it's all in Canadian dollars. So it's, last check for the charging rate, the exchange rate, 77 US cents to the Canadian dollar. So let's head out. We have enough to get to Toronto. So 160 kilometers. I have 204 kilometers within the battery. Anything happens, there is a 50 kilowatt station somewhere in Mississauga that I can fill up. But other than that, I think we're gonna be okay. As long as I keep my my speed at a good speed and not go too darn fast, not ripping it, I think it should be okay. All right, let's head out. folks, after hectic traffic going through Toronto, I am all plugged up, ready to go. This is a brand new facility. I have never seen this before, but we have ourselves a flow charging station. Now, here's the thing. I can't get reception in here, so what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and plug it. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this plugged in, right? And so once I get reception, I'm going to activate via app, and here's the station number. So hopefully that trick will work. If it doesn't work, no problem. I should have enough range to get back to my hotel. If not, I can always stop and charge it for about 10 minutes and then take it from there. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go meet my friend, have myself a pint. Damn, that looks really good. I've made over to my hotel, Pearson Hotel and Conference Center. This is actually near Toronto Pearson Airport. The drive wasn't that bad. I had a great time catching up with my friend of mine, a good friend of mine. It's 2 o'clock in the morning in the East Coast time. So I'm gonna grab my stuff. I'm gonna hit the sack. I got a couple things heading up tomorrow. However, again, I do want to express to all my viewers, this is a vlog episode. So you're gonna see now some of my adventures, some of my good times, enjoying my time in Toronto. So I wanna show you guys around Toronto and stuff I've done. It's gonna be a blast. All right, guys, hit it. Okay guys, that concludes my overall road trip from Los Angeles to Chicago and to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. You know, this was definitely a fun road trip. I personally myself love road trips. It's even more fun road tripping in an electric vehicle. So this wasn't my first time road tripping across the country. This is my first time, however, road tripping across North America, if we're going to be counting in Canada in this case. But I've definitely learned a lot more about the charging infrastructure, charging and everything, and you know, overall the car's been doing great. No major hiccups. The only hiccups really is just a charging station, which by the way, as soon as I'm done recording this video, I'm going to start a new video talking about charging infrastructures across North America, if we're going to be counting my trip from Toronto to Chicago, of course. And then, you know, just to kind of demonstrate, you know, the charging infrastructure is there, but we need major improvements. By the way, guys, there's a bee right here. Bees have been everywhere since I came here to Toronto. I already got stung once. We're gonna go ahead and conclude this video. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope I don't get stung. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you're watching, please hit the subscribe button and like the video. You'll be sure to see me more content coming in the later future. Until then, guys, have a good one. Cheers and stay smashing. And be on our way to Toronto, Ontario. Take two. On our way to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. International border. No, that's too cheesy.